Hello, and welcome to Mars Musings of this week, dears. Last week I really spoke about structuring ourselves for the future, really knowing where we're going, having that plan so that we can be more present in the moment. And at the same time, the Financial Times published an article a few days later from Larry Fink, who is the CEO of BlackRock, which is the largest asset manager in the world. I think end of last year they had 10 trillions under management, so they really take care of a lot of money in the world. And he said this quote, which I would like to read out because it just really struck me, that we focus a tremendous amount of energy on helping people live longer lives, but not even a fraction of that effort is spent on helping people afford those extra years. And then he wrote, today in America, the retirement message that the government and the companies are telling their workers is effectively, you're on your own. And that really hit me hard because I know that we're talking about longevity, about our health, about how many more years we're going to live. But how are we going to take care of those years? What kind of living standard are we going to live by when we get to that time? And I think that's a huge, huge question that a lot of people are facing right now, because a lot of us in different ways might have thought about retirement. It might seem so far away. You might feel young. And if I was telling my 20-year-old self about it, I would be saying, put more money in for that. It's not out of fear, but it's, okay, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm taking care of the other part of my life, but how am I going to know that those later years are taken care of as well? And nowadays we have the state pension, but we know that in every government is saying this. In every country we have an aging population, especially in the northern hemisphere, for lack of a better word, where less children are being born. The whole system is currently not working anymore. And the retirement ages are getting older, as well as private pension funds that people are paying into. So I'm just inviting you to take a look at what does it look like for you. There's a few different calculators out there. Fidelity has a great way of mapping up how much we need, as well as the FIRE movement, Financial Independence, Retire Early, that are saying that a factor of your expenses per year times 25 is the number of assets that you can have under management that will let you retire early. But what is that number for you? I think there's many different factors out there, there's many different ideas, but where are you when it comes to your life and your retirement? And I don't want you to be sitting there saying, I'm going to shove this under the carpet, let me take care of that later, because it's not later, it's today. I don't want to scare you here, but the whole plan is if you step on it today, take the first action, you can start making that happen for the rest of your life, and you can feel safe, you can feel secure, you know that your future is taken care of. And I think that is the key in knowing that how do you plan for the future, what does it look like? I'm not saying that you shouldn't be an entrepreneur, you should fear it, but especially as women, and I want to hone this in again, you don't want to be staying in a place that you don't want to be in just because you don't have a choice, just because financially it's the only way you can move forward, just because you haven't set yourself up. And so here, once again, I'm inviting you to consider, do you have a state pension? Have you paid into it for years? If not, is there a private pension you can pay into? Or how can you start investing for your future? The great reason why to pay into pension funds is that you pay in before your salary is being taxed. So you're saving on your income that's going in there. But a lot of pension funds, of course, have caveats. You can't pull out all the money at a certain time. They pay you out certain rates, all of the other factors. And that's for you to obviously research within that. But then could you start investing money? Even if it's 100 euros a month, 200 euros a month that you put aside in a compounding interest, let's say, when you pull up a calculator and look at the numbers, it's huge what you can accumulate over time. It's huge what it can grow to that can make you feel secure for that future. Just planting some seeds here for you to consider of where your retirement is going, what those later years look like for you. And if you are into this whole health and well-being movement, are you also taking care of that part of your lives? I know it's much more structured. I know I'm speaking to something that's probably deeper into, like, let's say, the more structured life, the matrix, for lack of a better word. But this is the reality we're living in. And I just want to invite you to start opening that spectrum and seeing it, not out of fear, but where are you at? What steps can you take to make sure that you are secure for your future and that you can continue to living the living standard and the life that you're living now when you come to those years. I hope this inspires you in some way to take action, to at least consider looking at what pensions you have out there, maybe private, public, and how you can start your little investment journey towards that step that allows you to move towards financial freedom and taking care of your future years. Of course, as always, I'd love to hear from you, any inspiration, any feedback. Let's keep going, but I'm really honing down in the next month because I really, really want to bring this message across. Women, take your financial future into your own hands. Let's stop planning, let's stop making it, and let's take those steps forward.